Hello, so this is Halldorophone. This is an electroacoustic cello that you can play like a normal cello. The interesting part starts when you power it up. So you press the foot switch over here to the power supply and a green light will show up over here. The instrument is powered. Let's play something. The idea goes like that. You have pickups for each string and you have two sets of strings. One is the top side, which is a standard cello string set, and then you have some sympathetic strings down below that you can tune them on different tunings as you like. Right now the top strings are tuned to the standard cello tuning and the bottom sides are tuned a little bit different. To tune the strings, you have, for the top set of strings, you have the tuning keys down here, and for the sympathetic strings, there are tuning keys on top of here. Each string has its own pickup, and each pickup has its own level. Also, because this instrument is a stereo instrument, so you have two speakers, you have a switch that selects for each string where you can send it. So you have the switch over here that selects one speaker, in the middle both speakers, and on the other side the other speaker. I set it to one speaker and then I turn the volume all the way up. So now, because it's a feedback instrument, when I'm going to set the level maximum, it will start resonating on its own. And if I lower the volume down, it will fade away. Now, for example, if I open up the other speaker, you won't hear anything because the switch is set to the other speaker. Now, if I set it to both speakers, if I'm going to set it to, and then if I'm going to open up the other speaker too, you can hear some differences on the sound of each speaker because the speakers are a little bit different. The first speaker is a low-end speaker and the other one is a mid to low, so you can get different timbres out of each speaker. Let's talk about the back panel. Over here you get a separate output, which is basically the output of the two speakers that we've set over here. So you can just record your instrument as a normal instrument by using the direct output over here to your sound card. To record the instrument, for this purpose, we used some microphones, and we really suggest to use microphones because you can't take all that nice vibrating sounds of the instrument only by recording it through the outputs that you get directly outside of here. So if you plug something to the inputs, the sound of the instrument will cancel and you'll hear through the speakers only the sound that you have plugged into the inputs. Here, as we told, you have a standard feedback loop that gets the audio from the pickups and send them directly to the speakers. Now you can add into the feedback loop, for example, an effect pedal, like I have over here, a delay. Well, I suggest to set the volume down before plugging anything in. So we plug the output to the input of the pedal and the output of the pedal to the input of the instrument. We've only plugged one speaker. So let's play. So this is the clean sound from the one speaker, and then we change the speaker and we go to the other speaker. And we can hear the delay effect. This is how you can add your effects to the feedback loop. This is the Halldorophone. To start playing around with it, you have at first to unlock it. So you have some clamps over here that you just pull them on top and just lay them on the back. There is another one down here. Then you just slide the door out. You come inside to the instrument. The instrument, it gets safely attached with an elastic band over here. So you just have to pull it out with a nice ring it has. Just pull this out. It's fitted in place quite firmly, so you just have to pull it out and then just get it out, because there is a small hole down there keeping the pin in place. Now that we have the instrument outside, we need to get the power supply and the cabling. Set it on the side nicely, and then you can get the cabling from down here. And there is this pin, the extension pin, so you can put it down. And then you have the power supply, which has some elastic band to keep it firmly in place, which you can just put it outside and slide it out. That's all you need from the box. Now you can set it aside. To assemble the instrument so you can play, you start by plugging the pin in place. Lock it over here, and then you have this pin that you can adjust on the height you need. This is the power supply. We plug it in, and then we plug from this side the power con adapter, which only gets in one way. You can see here that there are two flat spaces that the plug has that can only get in one way, and then as you put it in, then twist to lock. Now you can even twist it or pull it out at all, so it's securely attached. The other end needs to get connected to the instrument. Same way here, you have to push it in and then twist to lock it. To unlock it, you have to slide the switch on the back. There's a metallic pin over here. You just push it out and then twist to get it out. So I'm powering up, and then one thing I always like to do is switch the switches just once, back and forth, because when you first power it up, there is a small popping sound happening through the switches when changed. So now, when I'm going to change a switch, for example over here, I get no popping at all. So you can change the speaker that you want to send or the mix on the backside by just switching the switch live when you play with it. So now let's see how we can pack it up back to each case. At first you have to power down, then unplug all your cabling, and then remove the pin from the bottom. Lay it down on a safe space. Disconnect the power supply. So now that we have the box here, you can see that over here there's a small hole so as you can attach the pin of the instrument inside there. So gently push it in like that, and then there is force coming from the top side that you have to just gently push in and then lock. Now that the instrument is safely attached, let's put the rest parts. The power supply, there's a special rubber band over here that will keep it safe from not moving around. Just take the rubber and put the instrument inside and then lock it with the rubber so it doesn't move around. On the other side there's empty space so you can put the cables and then the pin. To get the pin in, it's better to make it as small as possible. Lock it gently and then set it on the side over there. Close the door, lock it with the clamps on all 3 sides, and you're ready to go.